My biggest fan asked for more view time of my cat. I better tell the bird to be quiet or else I'll get copy striked. Hello, this is Zorak, and today I'll be drawing something that might actually even take me way longer than I have done before. I'm assuming it might take about 2 to 3 parts for me to finish it. Maybe I'll finish the whole entire thing on part 2 when it comes out. So the reason I decided to make this drawing was because last time I drew Senku and he didn't turn out very good. And I was really upset, especially with the left eye, how badly it was drawn far away. Some of the other, I believe there's like 1 or 2 more spots I thought it was very disproportionate, unless I have missed it. But this drawing will be better, at least I hope. And I've tried much harder. I've done already, as you can see, some of it. I started off, and the reason I've chosen something that needs more detail and harder than the previous one was because I thought if I did the easy one badly, that it'd be a good idea to at least find something a little harder with more work and do it even better to basically make up for the last drawing. Well, at least that's what I was basically thinking in my head. And so far in this first part, I believe it's already better looking and has quite a lot of detail. Especially, you'll guys notice that I'll be working on the arm, mostly on the left arm. The picture I was referencing from to draw this, I found it on Google, and I really liked how it was posed. I like this these like camera angles, like the one I'll be drawing with Taiju. It won't be really simple, and I really enjoy when I see these kind of art pieces that have it done like that. So I wanted to try and get it down and draw it, see how good can I do it. So I'll be mostly working on Taiju at the moment. On part 2 I'll be working on Senku, and possibly I'll get a little bit of the background on other things because I've already laid out where I want the female character to be from the reference that I got. I'll be fixing some of the things along the way as I work, especially when I get to the part of the stones on Taiju's hands. So far I actually believe the face, I got it down very well. I might need to do some touch-ups, although on part 2 I may or may not. I'll look at it, I'll see if it'll need. Usually even if some of my drawings are not that good, I don't like to go back and retouch them. It's rarely. I did retouch the Senku drawing slightly, but I prefer to not do that, so then it feels more real to me, for me to remember of how my experience was back then when I had it at that. Now to the drawing. Here I'm trying to get down the hand, so I'll be working on the hand mostly on this part, as I said before. So I'm getting the knuckles down, and you'll notice I'm not really going to be shading anything. It's going to be either on part 2 or 3. When I'm done with both of the characters, I'll go over the shading. So I'll be doing the arm here and there, trying to add some detail and follow along with what the arm has, like the rocks, how they're falling off, breaking apart. I think it's just, I've mentioned this before, but I think this is really cool the way it looks, so this is why I'm doing it like that. If you guys enjoy this type of art way more than just drawing some kind of portrait of a character, I could see if I can make more of these, because this is actually really fun for me to do, to make like 2 characters or maybe like a little bit of action going on in the scene. It just seems really fun to do. Of course, it doesn't mean I'll ignore like portrait type of drawings of characters. I will do them, of course, but I might try to focus more on these, and they will at the same time give me more of practice and training for me to get better at drawing, for improvement. For example, like here, I wasn't as good at looking at what's going on with the picture, and my line was going off, which I'm already on fixing, and I'm trying to lay it better and better. I think it's still not perfect, but the cracks, I don't think it's that important to get them down like 100% right. As long as they're somewhat close there, I believe that'll be fine. The details that I want to be done perfectly is like stuff like fingers, hands, and especially the face, so that it's recognizable what character it is. But small things like where rocks are falling, or like leaves, grass, especially for like these drawings that are concentrated on looking at the characters. I believe that those kind of things are not really as important. Of course they're important, but not to the same degree as making sure that the whole proportions of character face and hands, body are good. Like the background things are not something I don't want to put up like 100% of detail into. I will of course do my best with it that I can. Alright, so I believe I mentioned everything I wanted up till now. And the character I'm drawing right now, if you have not seen Dr. Stone, I went over on my previous video what the show is pretty much about, but I can go over about this character and talk about him in this part. So this is a character, a friend of the main character. His name is Taiju. And unlike the main character, who is all about brain, this one is all about brawn, all about him just being tough. Mostly, not in a aggressive way, mostly as in to be able to endure things. He's very good at picking up heavy things or just going through hard work. And he's just very outgoing and a funny character, which is what I really like about him. It makes him very interesting. Unlike the main character, he's a bit of an opposite. Instead of like being a tough guy and be able to endure things, he's mostly trying to figure out things to outsmart them to make it easier for him. So if he has to make a tool to get through things, like a weapon or something that could help him to build a fire, whatever it could be, like pots for daily life things, he knows how to do those. He uses his brain to make them. He makes them, and then both Senku and Taiju, they cooperate and make this journey over there as work in an easier way, so then they can go ahead and revive all the previous people that have been turned to stone. You can also slightly see what Senku is holding in his right hand, which is basically like an antidote that they make, which takes a long time to make. Once it's poured on a certain individual, it starts to crack open the stone, and the people inside of it will start to come back alive, you could say. And as you can see how it is on Taiju, where the stone is completely off, because if let's say it gets poured on his face, it'll start cracking from there, and then it'll go along and breaking up in other places. About the show also, I really enjoyed in the beginning when Taiju first got out of his stone, and he went out and he found Senku. He basically led him with signs, because when he got out of that stone, already some time passed and he couldn't find Senku anywhere. So when he went out, he thought he was alone at first, and he saw some signs that he had to follow along, and he found him. After that, they started cooperating with each other, just working and getting things done. They made a deal that Senku will be the brains guy who will make all the tools and make everything easier, while Taiju will be helping him out with all the actual like hard labor, like building things and catching food, gathering vegetables and fruits. Later in the journey, they recruited a third guy, which I may draw in a whole separate video. Here I'll be drawing mostly Senku and Taiju, and a little bit of the background, if I'll feel like doing the background. Sometimes I don't do that, but I was actually hoping that I'll get to that and I can get the background down so it can look really nice. Back to the drawing. So here I'm already finishing up. I'm about at the end, and I really enjoyed drawing the arm with the cracks and it all falling apart. Of course, I don't want Senku missing out, so I'll give him a bit of a drawing, give him some face right here, because if Senku doesn't really look as good, and I want to make it fair for him. And if you guys enjoyed the video, make sure to subscribe, hit the notification so you know when I upload. Comment below, that lets me know you like it, and make sure to like the video. Bye.